Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing one of my favorite techniques from the guard, utilizing the ankle lock and the triangle to set each other up. First, I'm going to be breaking it down, then I'll show myself doing it in a tournament so you can see how it works. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to start in the closed guard, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate my ankle lock setup, which is just going to be me. First, go for the underhook, and once I get this underhook, this knee is going to go to the mat and under his leg. So I'm going to open my guard, get my knee under. I do this so I can elevate his leg up. Now, once I bring this leg through, there's two different things he'll do. One, he's going to stay where he's at. I'm either going to take that leg, go for the footlock, or he's going to try to go into me so I can't finish the footlock. When he goes there, I'm going to circle this top leg around and shoot it up and lock up my triangle. From here, it's the same setup. If he postures really high, I can drop back for my footlock, push away, and attack it. So, once again, I'm starting in my closed guard. To initiate my footlock, I'm always getting this underhook. I'm going to open my guard, get my knee under his leg, swing this leg through. If he stays here, I'll go for the footlock. If he defends it, he's going to go in. I'm going to circle this top leg through, shoot up, lock up my triangle. From here, if he postures, I'll open my triangle, drop my knee back under, bring my leg on the hip, and push for the footlock. Alright guys, I will now be showing you 3 clips of me hitting this setup in competition. I do this to not only show that the setup is effective, but to also prove that it is an efficient move in real scenarios. So the first thing you'll notice is how I'm controlling this ankle. I do this so I can fish for my underhook without him sprawling his legs back. And now I have achieved my underhook. Now notice how my opponent drops his head. He does this to nullify my ankle lock and put a lot of pressure down so I can't elevate him. With the pressure, I can't push him off, and I can't circle my top leg to start my entry. Also, if you look at my left hand, I'm controlling the top of his tricep. I do this just in case my opponent realizes my setup, so I can keep his posture low. Now, my opponent does a really good job at controlling my far foot. He does this so I can't easily lock up a triangle, but because he's focusing on his leg, I'm very easily able to get rid of it and lock up my triangle. And here's the tap. Alright, so this next clip is obviously a little different considering it's in the gi. I like techniques or setups like this that work in both gi and no gi because I love to compete in both. One thing you'll notice from these 3 clips is that they will all be similar. I do this because I think it's important to show myself hitting it at least 3 times in competition to prove it's something worth knowing. Now this next opponent is a bit younger, so in hindsight he's a little bit more scrappy. Now notice when he tries to shoot his knee through, I use it as an opportunity to take that underhook to initiate my whole sequence. Once again, my opponent lowered his level to dismiss my ankle lock. And the difference here is that he doesn't drop his head as low as I like, so I know I need to shoot for my triangle quickly. And here's the tap. Now let's pause for a second and talk about where I get this amazing no-gi gear. Xmartial makes some of the best quality gear, which includes classic no-gi sets, custom no-gi sets, streetwear, and much more. They truly are an amazing brand, and if you want to get some of their gear, make sure you check out Xmartial.com. Also, when you order this amazing gear, make sure to use my link in bio of this video to save 15% off your order. Now let's get back to the video. So for the final clip, we're going right back to no-gi. This opponent was similar to the last with how he played his game, but this was towards the end of the match and I've been fishing for leg locks for a good amount of the time. So after a few reactions, I figured I can go for my signature setup. Now in my opinion, this is the best example of me hitting this setup. He was very sold on my leg lock attempt, not only because of him, but because of the deep bite I had on it. Once again, he lowers his head to drop his weight and puts himself in my favorite position so I could lock up my triangle. Now you will notice here that I'm not finishing a triangle, but the whole point is that I'm getting to this triangle lock and going for either triangle armbar, triangle Kimura, or switching off to a different armbar. The whole point is to explain and show the setup that I am using and how successful it is, whether it's going to something else or not. And here's the tap. Alright guys, so as a recap of this position, I really find it successful. I think 90% of the time you will be able to hit this position. Just because if your opponent is defending the triangle correctly by posturing up or defending the ankle lock by putting their weight down, they're usually putting themselves in the opposite position. So try it in training. If you like it, use it in competition. Now, a little bit off topic. This is my first video, obviously, so I want to use this account as a way to talk about certain techniques, certain topics, or really anything around jiu-jitsu. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know down in the comments that I can go over in future videos. Thank you guys for watching.